Victoria's Premier Daniel Andrews has confirmed the state's pandemic declaration will end on Wednesday. Victoria political reporter Simon Love joins us. Simon, take us through the details.
Matt, quite a momentous occasion for Victoria. 935 days after the very first state of emergency was declared for COVID, and the Victorian Premier Daniel Andrews has confirmed in a press release this afternoon the pandemic declaration will end on Wednesday. Now, part of the details show that the requirement to have a rapid antigen test, that's no longer mandatory. It's now going to be strongly recommended. Requirements for close contacts, continually testing on a rapid antigen test, that's going to be strongly recommended, as well as those recommendations to wear masks as well. The mandatory isolation rules completely eased, so you no longer need to isolate if you've got COVID-19, but vaccination rules will still remain in place for healthcare settings. Here was the Premier Daniel Andrews speaking about that earlier today.
That's been led by the head of the public service, the secretary of my department, across the entire public service. So that won't change. That's not in fact a product of pandemic law. That is an occupational health and safety and workplace arrangement. I'm happy to get you the details on that, but that's been long standing.
And the Premier's just confirmed in this press release that those powers exist under OH&S laws and under the departmental secretary directions for vaccines in those high-risk workplaces, as well workplaces in the public service. So it'll be interesting to see what the reaction there is from public servants. But all Victorian workplaces will still require a COVID-safe plan. 935 days since the first state of emergency. Of course, this time last year, Victoria was just emerging from the longest lockdown of the 6 that it had, given that the city of Melbourne was certainly one of the most locked down cities in the world when it came to COVID. But this is probably a welcome thing, and it's probably something that the Premier Daniel Andrews is relieved to do, given that today, Matt, it's only 50 days now until the state election.
Yeah, it's 50 days till that election, Simon, but what an incredible 935 days it has been, particularly for Victorians who, as you know, have been through the longest lockdowns of pretty much any city in the world.